So to start off, we're going to talk about basic mortgage talking points. Mortgage knowledge helps you build immense credibility very quickly. It also saves you a lot of time to not chase leads that are not worth your time. This is what's going to help you look very credible very quickly. Just remember how to conduct yourself. Just be careful. This is private information. You're going to talk about things like people's income, their credit score, how much money they have in their bank account. And you always want to say, hey, after the market crashed, the banks are very careful now, which is very true. That's why we have to jump through all these hurdles to get you guys approved. How to sell a mortgage versus renting. Hey, a mortgage is a good thing. First of all, the mortgage interest is a tax deduction. This will probably save you around $150 to $200 a month on your income taxes. $150 to $200 a month is a lot of money. Closing costs are also a tax deduction. Closing costs occur when you buy the house. When you own your home, you can alter it any way you want. Hey, your kids can draw on the wall all you want. At least it's going to be your wall, which is true. On top of that, when you rent, you are paying off somebody's house. Wouldn't you rather pay off your house? Studies show kids that grow up in owned households tend to have better rates of success, better temperaments, and most importantly, tend to grow up happier. First, you want to download the Zillow Mortgage app. You want to go to the affordability calculator. This is actually pretty much all you need if you know what you're talking about. So let's kind of go through each one a little bit. But if you look, you can set your income, down payment, and it'll just kind of really tell you how much they're qualified for. The thing is that the only thing you need to know is what their monthly debt. Monthly debt is usually just through car payment. So if your car payment is $500, well, that affects it. Okay? So the most important thing to know how much somebody qualifies for is it's this. And your mortgage payment can be at most half of what you make every month. So if you make $5,000 a month, your mortgage can be $2,500 a month. That is basically how you qualify somebody to see how much they can afford. If you make $10,000 a month, well, you're qualified to have your mortgage payment to be $5,000 a month. Do we recommend that? No. Your mortgage payment should be, everything should be at most about 1/3 of how much you make a month. Okay? One more thing about debt is that if your monthly debt is $400 a month, then that wipes it off. So if you make $5,000 a month, which means you're qualified for $2,500 a month, but you have a $400 car payment, you're actually only qualified for $2,100 a month. Minimum credit score is 580. If a husband and a wife apply together, they take the lowest credit score. So if somebody has a 580 and another person has a 640, they only care that you have a 580, which is fine. If, for example, I have a 600 and my wife has a 550, we're only looking at 550, and we probably don't qualify because you need a minimum of 580. We always recommend around 600 to 620 just to be safe. Interest rates, usually around 4.5%. Nowadays, are anywhere between 4 and 5%. You can always throw in there that about 50 years ago, interest rates used to be around 10 to 15%. Granted, prices were lower back then, but you always want to throw that in there if people complain about interest rates. Just know that when it comes to people shopping around for interest rates, people can get their credit checked as many times as they want within a 30-day span. Just remember that. So sometimes people are afraid of getting their credit checked multiple times because yes, it does lower your credit score. You can get it checked as many times as you want from the first one to the last one. Documents necessary to officially pre-approve somebody. So how to ask somebody for their personal documents. You're asking for the tax returns, their bank statements, their social security, their driver's license, and 2 recent pay stubs. That's a lot of personal information, which is why I said in the beginning, you have to make sure that you're respectful of people's privacy. You have to make sure you earn their trust. So what you want to tell them in order to collect these documents is you want to say, again, blaming it on the market crash, hey, look, so after the market crashed, the feds have been really, really strict about people getting approved. They want to make sure that you actually have the income you say that you do. You actually have the amount of assets that you do in your bank account that you say you do. That you actually have the credit score that you say you do. I mean, really, honestly, if you want to get a great interest rate, we need all the information possible. And at the end of the day, these banks are going to lend you anywhere from, $500,000. It's a lot of money. You want to tell them, hey, I'm going to scan everything, I'm going to get it encrypted, and I will give you back your documents within 24 hours just to make them feel comfortable. If you want to see more, check out our link with the page with all the details, but that pretty much covers it. That's how you talk about the mortgages. Just as a summary, be respectful of people's privacy. Half of your monthly income is how much your mortgage payment can be, or basically your entire payment can be. You need at least a 580 FICO score, and that 580 has to be the lowest of everybody that's qualifying for the loan. Standard interest rate is around 4.5%. Closing costs is around 1.5% of the purchase price, tacked onto the down payment at the end. It's not upfront. And you have to learn how to sell a mortgage is a good thing. It's part of the mortgage. Thank you guys. Happy selling.